What's up, everybody? Episode 11, week who knows. It's week 9 of the NFL season coming up. And I'm pretty done, if I'm being honest. I'm wildly over it. I don't know about you, but we've got my lovely co-host, my lovely co-commissioner, as well as uh one of the guests of all time, if I'm going to be honest. Jordan, welcome
Thanks,
in.
guys. Thanks, guys. There was a lot of slander of me in the last episode, as in just one comment telling me to go fuck myself. Glad to be back. Thanks for having me.
Great to
It's always
have you,
great to
man.
have you on, Jordan. Fan favorite over here.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you. Glad to be. Um, how's it going, guys? Big football going on this week.
Dude, big
Big
football, and
football
let me
going
tell
on.
you,
Pretty great week.
dude, I mean, it was a great week for the AFC East. Bringing out the wins all around. Way to go, everybody. Lot of, to be honest, a lot of uninteresting games after the first
Mhm.
half. There was I believe the only one score game on Sunday was Jets Bengals, which turned into an interesting one. Winning touchdown thrown by Brees Hall. What a beautiful lad he is.
It was a wild pass too. Like he really shouldn't have thrown that ball. The guy was fully covered, and somehow the defender just like let him have it.
I disagree. I think he threw that high enough that Mason Taylor was the only one that could get it. I think it was a perfect throw. I think it's better than anything Justin Fields has done. Brees
I
Hall,
think you have a
Brees
lot
Hall,
of
QB1.
faith in Brees
yep,
Hall's throwing ability.
I do. I do. The ball may have wobbled a bit, but man, you know what? He was running. That was it looked good.
The Jets can also do anything semi-good. It'll be the best thing the Jets have done all season, in all
Yeah.
honesty. This was also the
That
first
is
time in the
facts.
AFC East that all four teams have won in the same week since 2021.
Wow.
All
I
Look at
right,
know.
us.
let's
Look at
go.
Kind of
us.
crazy.
Yeah. It was also, to add in some historical facts, this was the least single score games in a Sunday, with that being one, since 1970.
Whoa,
Whoa.
that's
That's the last time
insane.
that team were blown out this much.
I guess I'm looking at it like right now, like majority, like 30 plus scores for like a lot of these games.
Yeah,
This was a
there was a
crazy week.
lot.
This was a crazy week for football.
Yeah, it made for some really good fantasy performances. We also had some pretty massive lows. My boy, Scattaboo, uh, he got a little twisted up. He's out for the season. He had a rough ankle injury. I'm not sure if you guys
Yeah, but
actually.
wait for that team to come back next year though, right? With like neighbors back, like fully healthy, Scadoo fully healthy, Jackson
Yep.
Dart starting off the season for them.
I
Like I
know.
think like the off season they're gonna have a lot of money to play around with. I think they're gonna do something kind of crazy coming in for the future. I see big things with the Giants.
I do too. I I'm worried about Scattaboo just purely off of how is he the year after? Like, is it gonna be, will he be able to run as hard next year? That being said,
God.
if anyone wants to get Scattaboo for a keeper next year, phone lines are open. I need help. Happy to trade him off the team if need be. Because
I'll let you know. I think I found my new tight end keeper for next year. If I kept Trey McBride for one more year, I would move up. He would move to my first round spot, and a tight end is
Mm.
not worth the first round pick at the
no,
end of the day, not even really the second. Um, the Chargers rookie tight end,
dude, Oronde
another
Gadsden.
massive week.
Yeah,
It's
dude, he's looking
insane.
good.
I
Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. They and now Lad McConkey's also doing well, Quentin Johnston's the one left out suddenly.
He's coming back a little bit there.
Yeah. I would have gotten a goose egg if I had not neglected my team, which is crazy. I would have put him in for the super flex because he was playing on Thursday. And then I would have gotten the zero there and Justin Fields ended up playing. So I got saved from that. Still, scored the least in the week by a good margin. Actually, no, Steve might score less than me. Thanks, Steve.
Speaking of Justin Fields playing, what a waste of money I threw at Tyrod Taylor for the Jets this past week. Got lucky that Huntley decided. I'm losing this week regardless. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Sam. But it looks a little better of a lose that miraculously no one picked up Huntley off the waiver wires before this past weekend. I was able to find another quarterback to fill that spot.
Yeah, I played Andy Dalton like a fool. Giving me a whopping 4.8 points. Look at him go.
Like
What
a
do you
fool.
think the
In our
Jets
other
do
leagues,
now? The Jets
I
had
think
announced
that
that
they
they
have
announced
to
that
do-
Tyrod was going to be their starter going forward. Like that's what they said. Now Fields plays again, has a pretty good week, but it's also like we've been here before. Fields has his amazing week where he looks good, and then every other time he immediately goes back to playing like shit again.
I think out of spite, Woody Johnson is just going to play Tyrod Taylor playing forward
I
because
know.
I don't know if
After
you
what
look.
you said,
Right. I don't know if you listened to like the Justin Field press conference after the game, but he was like throwing shade at Woody Johnson because Woody Johnson was talking shit about him. So I think just out of spite, they're either gonna get rid of Justin Field, or they're gonna just play Tyrod Taylor moving forward. The team's gonna be garbage moving no matter what moving on.
Yeah.
Miraculously beating the Bengals by 1 point, but um it's crazy. What a crazy franchise that is.
Is there a
yeah.
team in the league that would have any interest in trading for Justin Fields right now? I don't think there is.
For Justin Fields.
I feel
Yeah,
like the
I don't.
Steelers did really well for him as like the back. I mean, Russell Wilson, Justin Field, like on like the Steelers, like not great, but like
Yeah,
fourth and one, you need like a scrambling quarterback, like to go in for like one or two plays a game. Like Justin Field, like was that kind of gadget quarterback that the
yeah,
Steelers had. Like kind of worked a lot of the times.
Maybe he should
yeah.
learn to
There's
play tight
no.
end, and he could end up being like Taysom Hill.
I would honestly. I feel like he'd become beloved if he just became a Taysom Hill instead of you know, that one guy that makes you want to pull out your hair every other week.
Instead of a really
I'm
mediocre quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still obsessed with that half a season Taysom Hill that we got a few seasons back.
Uh,
The
God,
glory
I
days of the Saints.
I know. He is still. He's so fun to be like, yeah, but what if? What is that? A quick 3 touchdown game. But
Right.
the Saints aren't
How
really moving the ball anywhere. Actually, the Saints might be interested in Justin Fields, if I'm being honest.
no, how much worse can the Saints get to put Taysom Hill back in? That's what I want. Take that
Dude,
dude out.
well, they did.
I
Now it's
don't
Shuck.
know.
We had Shuck
Oh,
at the
right,
end of
yeah,
this
yeah.
last game. Uh, but it didn't look much better.
Yeah, I mean they're what are they 1-7 now? They're the worst team in the league. Like they had to try something.
Well, I think the Jets might be worse.
Maybe the Titans might be worse, actually.
The
Those are probably the
Titans.
3 worst teams in the league right there, though.
They're all
Yeah,
1-7.
yeah, I would say. I think the Jets have the most talent of anyone because I think I put Garrett Wilson above Olave and Brees Hall right now above Kamara.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
What?
but
Their
I
defense on
don't think the
paper should be
coaching.
good as well.
Yeah, but I don't think the coaching has been good by Aaron Glenn. I started thinking like, oh, it's his first year. He'll be like, he's gonna get another chance. I don't know that he gets another chance going into next year. Like, tear it down, find a new quarterback, find a new head coach, trade Brees.
They're pretty bad. They could give him 1 year
Yeah.
of having a real quarterback and see what he does.
I
Assuming
guess
that
how
they
many
can.
times can you rebuild and scrape a team until you get rid of the owner, who's kind of, or the general manager that's kind of causing all this? Because I feel like
Yeah.
they cleaned house so many times in the past like 5, 10 years.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
been
been turnover.
been turbulent times ever since Rex Ryan. Shout out the big man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. But yeah, that's enough of the Jets. We can probably stop. Of all the franchises to be talking about, probably the least entertaining to be talking about right now. Uh, but the Bills, the Patriots, big wins for both teams. Josh Allen,
Yeah.
Drake May. Uh, it's going to be a fun next few years watching these guys go against each other. I am going to the Patriots Bills game in December.
Let's
Fun.
go.
I'm gonna be out of town, so I sadly can't be going to that.
Yep,
Pretty
I'll
pissed
be
off about it.
Devastating.
I'll be giving a boots on the ground uh, review, I guess. I think Simmons
Get
might also be there.
get some live coverage.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And I'll be going with Slosh as well, actually.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
Go Patriots.
Anyway, go
And Bills.
Patriots.
Oh,
You want to know? Take a guess what the
Patriots are
last
fine.
year that the Patriots and Bills both had a winning record was. It actually makes a lot of sense, to be honest.
2019, 2018.
Ooh, Jordan on the money. 2019.
And I ran.
Patriots beat the Bills out by 1 game for the division title that year.
Well,
Was that Brady? That was Brady's
Yeah.
second to last season.
I think that was
Right.
his last year. I think
Was his
2020.
last?
Yeah, I think 2020 he was with the Bucks.
I was trying to
Yeah.
figure out before, like right at the end of Tom Brady era to the beginning of Mac Jones era. I think it's the money spot.
yeah.
Is Mac Jones a good quarterback? Did Bill Belichick and
Yeah.
the Patriots kind of ruin him? He looks kind of okay.
I don't care, man. I just don't. I will never. I'm never going to come around on Mac Jones.
Dude, what I keep going back to is his first year there. He like played pretty good, and we were like, this is our guy.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. And to be fair, they then surrounded him with the worst possible offense in the NFL for 2 straight seasons, and went, "Why isn't this guy good?" He literally
I
had the
don't-
worst surrounding cast in the league for 2 straight years.
The guy was still just a little shit, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'd be pissed
Like-
too though if that was my situation.
But he was going down and like twisting guys' ankles when he was getting back up.
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought
trying to
that.
remember who on the Browns he twisted the ankle, and then the guy were like, "Oh, like happy hunting."
Yeah, it was just like,
That's
dude,
crazy.
what are you doing?
I like it. He's a dog.
He like ended someone's
What?
like season or like something crazy like that, or like he like
No, he didn't end anyone's season, but
He didn't do anything crazy, but
really
he
fucked some dude's
was
ankle up.
blatantly trying to throw a little injury in there.
see,
Which
I'm
no,
calling
I don't
bullshit.
like that.
I'm calling bullshit because if Cam Scatabo or Jackson Dart did that in one of these games, everyone would be like, "Oh, they're just such animals, bro. Look at them
I
go."
don't think no.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I would have been like, yeah, that's my guy. If
If
Cam
Cam
Scattergood was
Scattergood
on the
gets
ground
back-
twisting guys' ankles, I was like, dude, this guy's a fucking animal.
Literally, everyone would just be like, "Oh, Cam Scatabo's a monster, bro. Look at him go. What a dog."
Yeah.
Dude,
It's all perception. Anyway,
I-
this isn't about
I
Cam
wouldn't be offended
Scatabo.
either way, Mac was not. He didn't have the creds for that. I cannot give him
I think
that.
there was like an argument
That
like
is-
last year. It was like if you put any quarterback in the 49ers franchise, they would still succeed. So
Yeah.
I also don't know if Mac Jones is a good quarterback or he just has such like crazy talent around him at all times, like to kind of help him.
Yeah,
out.
I'm also not sold that Mac Jones is a good quarterback. I'm just saying. Turns out,
Nah,
put a guy in a system with some talent.
I don't care.
Maybe he'll work.
I agree.
System
But
quarterback.
Mac Jones No. Dude, no. All right. So on on systems.
Transition.
Yeah, transition. No.
Tyler, can you put in a segue going
Fucker.
across the screen for me, please?
Okay, absolutely, I can. Happy to do that, actually.
Thank you.
Uh, dude, the Eagles. I just want to talk about this quick because one, they they looked a lot better against the Giants, and that's cool. Uh,
The Giants looked more
they
like the Giants.
also, yeah, they've taken
Yeah.
yet another step towards banning the tush push because I don't know if you guys saw like the call that happened on that fucking play,
Yeah.
but the
Yep.
most blatant fumble.
Is that the tush push's fault, or is that just bad reffing? Like,
I,
I get
that's why it's going to
everyone's
get banned.
I get
The
everyone's
ref's
I would argue
inability
issues
to
both.
call it.
with it, but like also the whole thing we were talking about a couple weeks ago with the false starting, like maybe they just need to review how the hell they ref this tush push, and then yeah, I guess you ban it if you can't figure out how to regulate it.
Listen, the tush push, like it had the support going in saying, "Hey, beat it," but now, dude, if you can't ref it right, it's just really building the argument of this is just bad TV. Like this is not entertaining. There a
Right,
few
because
weeks ago they did it 4 times in a row. That
at,
sucks.
at what point is it where like you run the tush push and then every single time it has to be under review to make sure, all right, did
Yeah.
we get this right? Did anyone jump? Was this a fumble? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's honestly a pretty valid argument too.
Yeah. And on that note, I also segue into this purely because this is the trivia for the week.
Oh hell yeah!
How many yards do you think the Eagles have gained on the tush push this year?
Okay, so like
And throw in how
logically,
many tush pushes have they done?
it shouldn't be more than 40. I'm gonna go with 72.
When I was gonna go on the lower end, let's go 35.
Okay, far less. We're looking at a play that gains 1 to 2 yards each time they try it.
Was Jordan
72.
Yeah, well,
Is that
72
close?
is. I shot pretty high. My original guess was closer to 40. Like I said,
Okay.
logically it should be 40 or less.
So the Eagles ran it like 60 times already this season. So it has to be 70, right?
Okay. No, it is not that. In fact, the Eagles have only run the tush push 17 times this year. They've only gained 17 yards on those 17 times. They've had a few failures in there. There are a couple games where they haven't even tush pushed. Honestly, going through, the tush push hasn't been that crazy this year, aside from the one week where they went 4 in a row, gaining 1 yard and then no yards, and then, or no, it was no yards, then 2 yards, then no yards, and then 1 yard for the touchdown.
Maybe
But it
that's
hasn't
why I
been
just
that
assume-
insane.
Maybe that's why I just
I think the
assume
tush
they
push-
run it 8 times a game.
So they run it
Yeah.
4 times in a row.
Yeah, maybe that's just maybe that one instance just really made me think like, yeah, they run this thing like 8 times a game.
This is
Yeah.
this sucks. Football is over. This is 80% of their playbook. I hate watching football.
Yeah.
Really,
17
it's
plays.
17.
17 yards isn't a lot, but in a game of inches, right? I'm
In a
sure
game
those
of
are
inches.
17 yards that were the yards that mattered.
Yep. 3 of those were touchdowns. The other, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them were first downs, I believe. But but there's a lot more to the team. And they've been struggling. They've been struggling enough that the tush push hasn't been helpful enough for them, honestly. But Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I feel like last year they were doing it more. This year, I don't know.
Yeah, I was pretty wrong. So
Josh,
clearly I did too.
I al- I also have trivia for you guys. Fun
Oh,
fact.
Oh
Yep, I
my
came
god,
prepared.
this is
Um,
incredible. I love trivia.
the coming off of IR, since in the preseason, Maxwell Harrison from the Buffalo Bills came in to play his first play as cornerback. In 2024, he ran the 40 combine. Which place did he get in the combine?
2024. I don't know, did he get first?
And he got first place.
He did it.
I'm just drilling
Let,
into you guys that your trivia last time, a few times ago, was wrong, and Maxwell Harrison in 2024 got the 40-yard dash
Okay,
first place.
first of all,
well,
I don't
fun
want
fact.
this. I don't want this. Your guys' trivia. Trivia is Josh's thing, so I just want to
Okay,
separate
No,
Josh's
myself.
trivia.
I want to
I'll take
separate
trivia.
myself from this conversation here.
I just
I,
want.
no, you're fine because my trivia was right. I asked what receiver had the fastest
Oh.
time. I watched back the tape.
He did.
I look like an asshole. Well, I'm gonna look back
Yeah,
at the tape as well, and then I'll get back to you next time I'm
good.
on the
I hope I
podcast,
didn't misremember them.
We're
and I'll have
officially
different
sending
trivia
this
next
to a.
time.
We're sending this to a booth review, everyone.
Yeah, let's hear from New York. All right, moving on. That's enough of the news and notes. Let's talk bed shitters. Let's talk big men. I'm starting with the big man because he deserves it. Because he's the number one passer in New York. That's right. Brees Hall, baby.
It was not a thumbs down, by the way. I don't
Go.
know what it was doing.
Dude, dude, we got to use the soundboard more.
We only use it when Jordan's on.
We got dude, Brees Hall needs to get traded so bad. This guy is so good, and I really love Brees Hall, and I'm sad he's not on my team.
You want to trade for him?
Like, yeah, sure. You want Cam Scadaboo? You can keep him next year.
Yeah.
Bet. You know what? Actually, yeah. We'll talk because Brees Hall I can probably keep next year too. I'm in rebuild mode. I'm ready to sell the farm, man.
4-4, you got time. It's
Um,
early.
I'm
It's
over it.
early.
I'm done. I'm tilted. We'll get into it in the power rankings.
Oh yeah, this is a power rankings episode. By the way,
Yeah,
I
by
don't think we
the
said
way.
that.
Now, enough of Brees Hall, which, by the way, the Jets are in this segment every week. I swear to God. They jump between big man and bed shitter every week, which is just the state of the Jets. For the bed shitter, our lovely brown panted man. This one goes to Mr. Bijan. Uh, dude, this has got to be like you have the backup quarterback. Oh no, I guess they have to run the ball with their star running back. You have the Miami defense. Man, they've let up so many rushing yards to every team. This was such a lock for Bijan Robinson, who got a whopping 25 rushing yards
On 9 attempts.
on nine
Now,
attempts.
well, while not good, also underutilized, I could say.
Wildly underutilized. I don't know what the Falcons were thinking.
I don't
Truly.
either.
This is the most baffling stat line to me, I think, all year. Is you have a guy that's been crushing against a defense that has been crushable. 9 carries. 1 rushing first down. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, sorry, Steve. You deserve better than this, bud. You really do.
That's right. Feels good to have the big man 2 weeks in a row. Let me tell you.
Dude, must be
Yeah,
nice.
that.
I
Don't
just
need.
got
I don't need no
I need
Bijan
a.
Robinson in my life.
All right. Moving on to the power rankings. All right. Now, thank you.
Yeah.
The inaugural duck.
You're okay. I need something else.
Where do we want to go? Do we want to go top to bottom, bottom to top? Where are we feeling?
I'm a huge. I like to
It's a
go
big
from
bottom.
bottom to.
That is a huge bottom. That is a massive bottom guy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
Massive bottom.
I love starting at the bottom, dude. So let's get down and dirty, bro.
All right. Hey, Tyler, get on down there. Tell us about tell us about what it's like at the bottom.
Josh, before we do that, could you just give a people a quick word? Josh brought back his formula that we partially use us to help our determine power rankings. Is this your formula or is this points for?
This is points for.
Never mind. Josh just did not bring
This
back
is
his formula
this
from
is
last
points.
year. Well,
For the record, I did use the formula for our last power rankings. This time I decided to vibe it out. Next
okay,
power rankings,
okay.
might go formula again.
Is this just based off of who's had the most points for then,
No,
or
no.
is this just
There's more than
vibes?
No,
Okay.
this
There's
is combination of
layers.
everything. There's layers. It's like a Shrek. It's like an ogre. There are layers. Some would describe it like an onion. Others a parfait. But getting into it, starting from the bottom, we got the bong side kicks.
Players.
There's not much to say here. Tied for worst record in the league slash second worst record in the league, depending on what Big Steve's big ballers do this week. But 2-6 record. Some of the lowest points for in the league. Just Brian Thomas Jr. and Bowers, the two keepers that we thought were going to make this team a powerhouse, have done the opposite and have just completely crippled this team instead. Travion Henderson was another big, like supposed to be a big help for this team coming into the second half of the season, but so far the needle has not really started to move towards Henderson. Maybe it could finally be his time. I don't know. We're gonna
This
see.
week he looks good. This
It,
week,
it, it was
this look
1 week. It was 1 week. We're gonna see.
10
But
carries, 75 yards.
could it be his
That's
One
pretty
time?
good.
fumble.
One
He did
fumble. And
fumble.
we all know that Ramondre got a bunch of playtime once he fumbled. So
There
I'd
you have
argue
it.
that's a good thing.
It might be, but yeah, bong side kicks. It's a struggle bus right now. They are looking at a toilet bowl trip, I think.
Yeah. Dude, it sucks to have had such good keepers and to be in this place. Brian Thomas and Brock Bowers were the two, like, holy shit, best rookie pick of the draft. Like, it did not get better. And both are just having such a down year. Bowers because of injury, Brian Thomas because I actually I don't know. He kicked a puppy maybe. Some karmic force is punching him down. I
Like
don't
that
know what he
dog.
did.
I
That
don't know
dog.
if it's is it just
Just
the
like that
existence of
dog.
Travis
He's
Hunter.
getting
Just like
punched
that
in.
dog. Just like that dog. He had that dog in him, and then he punted that dog.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways, Jordan, any thoughts on Bong side kicks as our last place team?
you know, I kind of agree with there. I feel like you kind of realize that you're kind of having a rough season when you have five quarterbacks on your team.
Yeah.
He went
You
from having
know,
5 tight ends to 5 quarterbacks.
um, the beauty of how fantasy football, transforms like a caterpillar to a butterfly. No, a lot of great keepers, like you guys said. Some pretty just middle of the pack people, outside of, we're looking Hurts really is kind of just your big key player here. Sucks to say, I think, go for losses, prepare for next year.
Yeah. And hey, maybe it's time to get selling. I'm really interested in how people are going to sell for next year. You have Devonte Adams, aging guy, but
Mm.
very good right now. I don't know. You can turn it around for next year because those keepers are still good keepers in theory, but we'll see. Coming up at number nine, I don't think this is all that surprising. We have End So Tight, who is chilling at a 3-5 record and just defeated our lovely guest here, but he is doing it on the back of the rare Tua Tagovailoa boom week. And I don't expect many more of those. He'll have Puka Nakua coming back, but this is a guy that has three running backs on his roster,
One of them
one
is
of which,
Isaiah Davis.
one is a backup running back, one is Kenneth Walker, I'll be shocked still if he makes it through the whole season, and one is Javonte Williams, who, man, imagine if Javonte Williams wasn't having a suddenly good year. The, uh, it's a team that has lost Joe Burrow already early in the year, which was a rough one. George Kittle finally coming back and maybe coming online again. And wide receivers your wide receiver three is Romeo Dobbs.
Khalil
You kind of
Shakir,
just,
Rashid Shaheed.
yeah, it's, there's just not much, man. Mike Evans, he's out for a while, and, maybe he'll be back before the in the playoffs. Maybe he'll be able to help you in the toilet bowl or something. But I mean, it's just all around. It's pretty bad. And if I'm being honest, looking at this team, I don't know. Bongside kick stays where they are, but this this is a rough one. These are definitely the two big toilet bowl contenders, so it were.
Yeah, I think the thing that keeps N so tight and out of the bottom spot is you got Drake May, who's been cooking. George Kittle coming back gives you some hope. Javonte Williams breakout season. And then you just have a bunch of wide receivers who can manage to score you like 10 points every week. So this team is not good, but it's holding itself together with duct tape.
Yeah. All right, Tyler, you want to talk to us about our eighth place?
Yeah, our next team 4-4, but just trending downwards for all the wrong reasons. Injuries to starting running backs piled onto injuries. This team was already dealing with. Scored the least points for this week. This team maybe has two starting quarterbacks going forward, one definite when they play, but it is a struggle for this team to put together a starting roster right now. This is the Basement Gremlins. Also, might possibly
Yeah.
have the least points for in the league after this week? Question mark.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I did a little math, and it sucks. Uh, Now these were estimated points for earlier today, but yeah, your boy has the least points for in the league and just lost the light of my life, Cam Scattaboo,
And
for the rest
Judkins.
of the season. Judkins he's day to day. I need him back desperately. But you know what? We've got Harold Fannin, my boy, my lovely
Harold
boy.
Fannin is great.
Harold Fannin is the new light of my life, and he's why I'll tear it all down to give him the season he deserves next year. So I'm selling, people. Someone just has to. Once I make one sale, we're going all in. But yeah, dude, it's tough. We had the James Conner injury earlier in the season, and it's just kind of cascaded. I don't know who won the Jaden Daniels Kyler Murray trade, Jordan. If I'm being honest at this
I
point.
don't either. They're both pretty, out and some real shit for my team. I appreciate the other first round pick that you gave with it, but Derrick Henry's also kind of been all over the place for me. So
Yeah.
um, I
Uh,
don't know who at the end of the day really got this trade right.
yeah. And let's see, with the fourth round pick, I got Kyron Williams, who's like pretty similar to Derek. Yeah. Overall, that trade,
Pretty
it
even.
wasn't as it was fine. It was
Yeah, not as life
whatever.
changing as I thought it was going to be coming into the season.
No, thought it would be bigger,
Yeah, me
but
too.
yeah, but yeah. After that, I mean, I'm starting Andy Dalton, man. It's it's bad out here.
Dude,
I'm
the fact that two of your three quarterbacks will likely not be starting quarterbacks in like 2 weeks is not a good thing.
it's so bad. It's so bad here. Uh, yeah. I don't even. There's not really much more to say. I still have a chance just because of our division. Like our division is so much closer than the Twee division. Jordan's little baby boys is sitting at actually
Hey, our division's pretty
Jordan is
close.
Jordan losing his top spot this week?
Yeah, do I lose this out
If
to Slosh this week? I lose my spot.
uh
If well, Slosh
Slosh will
has to
still have
win
less points
first.
for. Well, he's trending in that direction, which
Nope.
may
I
put Slosh
should still keep it because
points for.
I've already played Slosh and I beat him. So
I think
does
points
tiebreaker
for.
go
Oh
to
right.
me or
I think points for might decide it. I forget if in division record actually is taken into account.
all right?
I don't think it
I'll get back
is.
though. They're not called the
But
Jordan Baby Boys for a reason.
yeah, thankfully, I have a leg up on the other two, and I'll be only one game behind you two. If I could turn it around, I have the time to get a game up. That's easy enough.
You got plenty with
But I don't have the team to do it. So I got to figure that out. Maybe I sell out next season. Maybe I ride on Harold Fannin in a dream next season.
Sam winning this week as well, going 3-5. Like still like not great, and teams also kind of at the
Yeah.
bottom of our league, but um, it's still pretty early. I feel like anything can it's still happen. We're not even halfway through yet.
Yeah. It'll stay interesting, but I am not doing great. Up next, number 6, we have Granny's Gold Galleon. Now, they are sitting at 3-5 after this week, and here's a fun little bit of math. Jonathan Taylor and James Cook account for 49% of this team's total points this year. So that's pretty much it. They've got that going.
I'm sorry. Where did we get that math from? Are we sure? Because that's ridiculous. That's
Oh, oh,
ridiculous.
That's
it's,
crazy.
it's right. I looked at their points over the season, and I took their points for.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
That's not, that's nuts. It's crazy that both his starting running backs are also having breakout seasons for themselves.
yeah. He is riding off of this, and if that stops, um,
This team crashes and burns pretty hard, I
dude,
think.
he's done so. I mean, Lamar will come back, and him and Dak are a great quarterback duo to have. Those two are a great running back duo to have. The wide receivers are kind of a mess after Neighbors is gone, and the tight ends are a mess. So, you're kind of riding off of the back of four players in Lamar, Dak, Taylor, and Cook. And it's already proven not great with Lamar's injury. So,
Mm.
this is a team that is putting up the points, but wow, it is fragile.
It is, but I think this team. I mean, there's a reason this team is where it is. I mean, if those and I know if those four pieces stay in place, though, you have some other pieces on this team that could end up working out. Jordan Addison has been a very solid starting wide R ever since he's come back from injury. If Sam Laporta can get his shit together and maybe have a little bit of a second half breakout, you never know. Who knows what could happen for this team?
Austin Loveland could too. You know that
Austin
Yeah,
the
Loveland,
rookies
yeah.
are
Lamar coming
better.
back, Montgomery
And
as
man,
well.
if this team, I mean, I know you could say this for a lot of teams, a lot of players, like, oh, if they still had this guy, but if this team still had Malik Neighbors, he would be a threat for real. But I
Yeah,
think right
but
now,
Yeah,
Grandy's is in a good position to either stay out of the toilet bowl entirely, or if they make it, they should be one of the heaviest favorited teams to win their way out of it.
assuming no more injuries.
Assuming that they don't lose either of those
assuming.
two critical running backs.
Yeah. Hey, the biggest worry at this point might be the Colts clinching the 1 seed and sitting Jonathan Taylor like week 17.
That is actually a terrifying thought if you're this team, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
Same with James Cook
legitimately.
for us. The Bills as
I
well.
mean,
We have a ton
Bills,
of other
they,
running backs though.
Bills are going to be
Why?
competing for that division spot
yeah, but like
right up until the end, I think.
No,
I
we're
feel like
we're gonna take like a 5 game lead, and it's not gonna be worth playing James Cook anymore.
uh,
Like it's
I
fine.
see.
sure, buddy.
Uh, moving on,
But
Josh, may I have the honor of talking about the next team?
have at it. Maybe we
'Cause-
have them ranked too high, but I disagree.
No, I actually think we have them ranked in the perfect spot. This is a team who, God, do I just love saying this name? Big Steve's, Big Steve's, Big Ballers. And I get it. For a team that is potentially going to be 1-7 this week, being sixth in the power rankings seems a little whack. But let me remind you, this is not a playoff pitcher projection. This is a if you face this team this coming week, how do you feel about it? And I'll tell you right now, I don't care if you're facing a 1-7 team. If you look at the roster this team has, you get a little nervous. Your palms are going to get a little sweaty. I mean, I know Bijan was the bed shitter this week, but one of the best running back duos in the league, Bijan and A-Chain. Rice has been great since he's come back. Diggs has been an unexpected force for this team. Josh Jacobs, Woody Marks, just overall such a great running back room. Travis Hunter, Amon Ra, Matthew Golden could still have a late season breakout. So this team just has so many things going right for them. Still one of the top ranked teams in terms of points for in the league. So don't let this team's record fool you. They might be out of playoff contention, but they might fuck your season up the second half.
I truly, yeah, this team
I don't
does not
understand how
deserve
this
to
team
be
is
where
the
they are in this life. Even, dude, I don't think you even mentioned Travis Hunter, who is now having his little breakout of he might just be the Jaguars wide R1 going forward. There have been trade talks for Brian Thomas Jr.,
They
which
should lose.
I
Their
don't
head coach didn't.
I don't think those will actually happen. Maybe the coach denied it, but who knows? You know, the new GM came in this year. Brian Thomas Jr. wasn't his guy. He traded up for Travis Hunter. He needs him to work out, not BTJ. So, yeah, dude, I don't. This is just not fair.
I really
Honestly,
don't
for this
understand how
team to be
Steve is
doing so
1-7.
poorly.
I really
I
don't.
Fun fact, I bring up for these podcasts, for these power rankings, I bring up a thing called fantasycalc.com. It brings all like the keep trade cut like rankings of players uh in one place for me. And it ranks all the teams based on like the value that they have in their team. Steve's number one Big Steve's Big Ballers, according to this website, best team in the league. And it's decently like with our power rankings, it's not too dissimilar. Aside from that, Steve is number one.
Jordan, how do you feel
I
about
don't
Big
know, man.
Steve's Big Ballers?
Coming from a guy who won to this team by technicality, this is a scary team. I think the argument is, didn't have Rasheed Rice for the whole season, right? So you got a really scary, wide receiver coming in who dropped 20 points last week. I don't think people realized how Diggs was going to do this year, and he's having a pretty solid year, right? For kind of like that wide R2 flex position as well in some cases. Um, it's a great team. The argument is, can they stay consistent all together at the same time? But on paper, this is a top team in my books and always has been. When your star players like Bijan drops 5 points in a week, you kind of end up 1-6 once in a while.
It's literally just like that. Like every week, one thing just goes catastrophically wrong that costs him the game. One player chokes, the other team has their best week of the season. Like, this dude just can't catch a break.
He's also not out of it. He still has Marcus Mariota and Rasheed Rice playing. He's down by 20, 21 points, right? Split that up. We still have a whole second half of football to play. You never know what's going to happen.
I'll say
Hey,
this:
watch out. The Wu County got Brashard Smith in there.
Oh, my bad.
if Big Steve manages to win this game,
The fifth
he
running
will
back
be
right
2-6. If at 2-6, he could finesse his way into the playoffs if he wins out. If he loses this week, unfortunately, I think his season is done. 1-7. I think just looking at the way that this season is shaping up, I think this is definitely going to be an 8-win minimum to make the playoff season. So if he loses this week, 8 wins is no longer on the table for him, and it would kind of officially take him out of the playoff race.
Which I have it on good authority from Steve. He has said multiple times that he wants to know what it's like to tank, to just sell everything and hope for draft picks. This might just be his dream come true. He has a great team that everyone wants players on this team.
Yeah.
Steve, this might just turn into Steve is the most dangerous team next year because he's gonna start selling his wares.
Yeah, I mean,
I've already
definitely
been
think
talking
if you're
to
one
him,
of
to be
the, I
honest.
think if you're one of the top teams in the league who's really trying to compete for a championship, like if you feel like this is your year to compete, I think Steve is your guy to start talking to right now.
Steve,
Yeah.
my line's always open. Let me know.
He's about to get real popular once this podcast drops. Over in his I think he's in San Diego. No.
San Diego.
No. 5-minute walk from the beach. He just learned to surf. Shout out Steve.
Good for him, man.
Can we get some video evidence of that? Steve, can you post some videos in the chat of you surfing?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. We'll clip it into this video. But Sam has done one of his goose egg punishments. We were at a Halloween party. I made him shotgun on the porch. Got
What
one
about
done.
Victor? Where are we at with Victor?
Where's Victor?
Oh, well, Victor, next week, I assume you've seen my message was clear to all. If he doesn't do it by next week, he loses an 8th round draft pick.
Is Victor aware of this?
I put it in the chat, and he has shown that he does read it. I've decided I wouldn't text him until this week, though. I am going to text him and say, like, hey, but pardon me. Like, come on, Victor. Do your fucking
I was
puzzle.
gonna say, right? So for Sam's scenario as well, like Halloween, what a great time to shotgun, right? So
Yeah.
takes 5 seconds. Might not feel great afterwards. You might vomit, but to not lose an 8th
Yeah.
round or a pick next year, Halloween's
I
a great
just-
time.
it's a disservice to the great men of this league that have put themselves on the line. Andrew, immediately posting. That's what we
That
love.
was that was stellar as
Mm.
well.
It was great. All right. Anyway, this is Sam's shotgun. Tyler cut it in. Wow.
Whoa, Sam, what a crazy job. You did such a great job. Oh my
Great
God.
job,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, I promise you will not be saying that.
Oh.
Okay. Ah.
Hold on. Let's give
Uh,
both type of reactions. I'll splice in the correct one. Ready?
all right, all right,
Ooh, boo.
Oh, you get it next time, bud.
I apologize for my cinematography as well, if I'm being honest.
You know,
But
it is
yeah,
what it is.
I couldn't decide if I wanted it vertical or horizontal. It was the whole thing.
Not only is the shotgun bad, the videoing is equally as bad.
Yeah, like neither of us performed.
Great.
Uh, anyway, but great costume, Sam. Just gotta say. Now, moving on to the power rankings again. This next one, this is such a toss-up for me. And it almost kind of comes down to who wins this game between Wu County and Steve's Big Ballers. I'm going to stick with
Boo.
what we have right now,
Yeah.
which means that up next in fifth place is the Wu County Polar Bears, who may be sitting at 5-3 after this. And they've been on a run ever since the name change. They went 0-2 as the Charmin Ultra Softies, became the Wu County Polar Bears, and have now gone potentially on a 4-1 run. They're bringing it back. And if they win this week, they're doing it without their top four wide receivers, missing JSN, Drake London, AJ Brown, and Ricky Pearsall, playing the likes of Jawan Jennings, Alec Iomanor, and Darnell Mooney. Yeah, this team is scraping by. They had the Omarion Hampton injury, the Bucky Irving injury, but have picked up Kamani Vidal. They have Daniel Jones, who's doing great for them. Yeah, this is a team that is scraping by, but once they're at full health, it is terrifying.
I don't know if I 100% agree with the word terrifying there. And I guess the reason is that I don't see this team being at full strength for this year. And I'll kind of explain. So, in a way that I am not biased at all, I agree that this team belongs ranked where it is. And it is, I think there's a lot of question marks with this team where if things work out correctly, I absolutely think that this is a top three team competing for a championship. But if things don't work out, this team I think could fall pretty quickly down these power rankings. So you need Omarion Hampton to come back, be healthy, and to play pretty well. AJ Brown is a big question. Now dealing with an injury, he was already kind of like boom or bust before, not like really a reliable guy week to week to give you double digit points. I think people forget like he had like two huge games. Besides that, he's had a lot of like single digit performances this season. Same thing with Ricky Pearsall. He's been injured all year. Once he gets to this point where you get through like almost 10 weeks of football and a guy's in and out with injuries, it kind of makes you start to doubt like, are they actually going to be at full health at all for the rest of this year? This team really needs Bucky Irving to come back, and then needs to not fall into a timeshare with Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones as well. So there's a lot of things that if they go wrong for this team, I think could really hurt it. But I would agree that if fully healthy, this team is a huge threat, especially with Tyler Warren continuing to have a breakout year, riding on the back of Josh Allen. So, but that is my assessment of the team.
Yeah. like Ricky Pearsall has just he played 4 games, got injured in the fourth, and been out a few weeks. He had no in out.
I thought he had. Did he have injury designation at the end of last year or coming into the preseason though? Am I making that up? I could be wrong.
Uh
49ers are hard to keep
yeah,
track
yeah,
of.
he may have. Yeah, they're all injured, which is fair. But yeah, I mean, I agree with the AJ Brown thing, but AJ Brown's his flex. Like Drake London is
This is true.
still top, 15, top 10 on a good week wide receiver
But
easily.
again, right now, not playing football.
86.
Although
Was
he might
already
only he only
86
might
right
only
now.
miss 1 week. So
80, 86 overall, 26 wide receiver, but with a bye week. But
but
dude,
he needs his guys to
I
be
don't know.
healthy.
I think he needs his guys to be healthy. Because he also, I mean, Josh Allen and Daniel Jones right now is an insane quarterback duo as well.
That's
And
true.
Tyler
Oh yeah,
Warren
we didn't talk
stacking with
about
Daniel
that.
Jones is an amazing tight end. Like he is, if his team is healthy, might be the best starters.
I don't know.
But
That top team. That top team's got pretty good starters.
a top team. Yeah. Well, Tyler, would you like to talk about the next team
I would
and
love to.
why it's better than this team?
I would love to talk about this next team and why it's better. Fun fact, by the way, this next team is the team that jumped the most spots in our power ranking, jumping up a whopping 5 spots from their previous ranking, going from number
Oh,
9 to number 5. Uh, Things have just started to work out for this team. The biggest issue was quarterback play. They now have one of the top 5 quarterbacks in fantasy football and 2 really solid backups. Running backs, one of the better running back duos, especially if Brees Hall can keep doing, keep throwing touchdowns, would be huge. Uh, this is my team, by the way. This is the Drunken Dragons. After a horrific start to the year, where there were a lot of question marks, we have slowly clawed our way up to now a 5-3 record, looking to possibly be second in the league in points for, which is crazy because the last time we did this only 4 weeks ago, I was second last in points for. So I honestly wish I could tell you what caused the complete 180 in this team's performance. I'm not sure. Let's just call it excellent top down leadership and management.
I,
But
I think I know. CeeDee
please
Lamb's
describe.
injury.
I def-
CeeDee Lamb's injury.
I mean, yeah. There were definitely a couple good games in there. 30
That's
point
deep
game.
down. Couple 30-point games.
and besides like the first game against Philly, like he's
Yeah,
been
but
pretty consistent, at least in the double
Mm,
digits.
yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say
Justin
I don't know.
Jefferson's kind of
I don't
been
know if I'd agree with that CD Lamb assessment
hit me.
because there were only
It's
two
one
of
of the
those 30
things.
point games, and only one of those came after the last Power Rankings episode.
Oh, fair. Oh, was CD injured before? Because
I
CD
don't
was
know the
gone week
injury.
4.
Regardless,
Yeah.
though, the Drunken Dragons, we're feeling great. We're actually competing for a playoff spot. Trying to make the playoffs for our first time ever. We're sick of being the purgatory team, which is really funny because the way that the season is going, I'm either going to be the last team into the playoffs or I'm going to once again, for a third straight year, be the fifth place team. Jordan and I, remarkable consistency in our finishes in this league. And
You're doing great.
speaking of Jordan, segue. Josh, you want to talk about our number 3 team?
At number 3, we have the SC LSU Mud Dogs. Our last 5-3 team coming in, the leader, the head of Jordan's little baby boys. And probably like, yeah, one of our most consistent teams in this league. You know, you're always near the top. For
Thanks,
some
man.
reason, you and Victor tend to stick around there. Actually, you, Andrew, and Victor at least these last 2 years, have
Mm.
all kind of kept that going. But I mean, what can I say? It's a good team. You made a good trade, I guess, getting rid of Jaden Daniels because he wouldn't be helping you right now because he ain't helping me. But the big thing, I think, comes in your wide receivers and your quarterbacks being Joe Flacco just now popping off for you because I drafted him, dropped him like a fool. Now I need a quarterback.
Idiot.
And yeah, Roma Dunze, Michael Pittman, both outplaying their draft spots pretty decently. Michael Pittman, by the way, I don't know if you saw his catch this week. Caught a ball with his armpit because, why
Because he's
not?
the
I
Pitman.
guess.
He's Michael
Aha!
Pittman.
I didn't realize. That makes sense now. There we go.
Does everybody know how to use
Grabbing
the
a Rondé.
soundboard except me?
Dude, you've used it before.
I've used that. I've watched you use that.
We've watched. We've
Bottom
Oh,
been
you
left,
know
here.
what
bottom
it
left
is?
corner.
I forget that I'm watching us in OBS and not in Discord. That's what it is. Ah, that makes sense.
So, and you pick up Aronde Gadsden. The only downside I see with the team is, Tony Pollard kind of getting phased out a little bit more. Tajay Spears is picking up more work. Travis Etienne has fallen off a little bit more with these Jaguars. Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, both a little older. We'll see. Although Terry McLaurin's back and might be popping off in this game. I don't know. I haven't checked in. But it's a fucking good team. And you got a good record. And you got good points for. Uh,
Jordan, is
I
this
mean,
the year
yeah,
you
man.
finally get over the
What are you
hump?
gonna say?
I'm surprised with this team I got this far, if I'm being honest. Not confident in this team each week, if I'm being I always feels like a struggle bus on my side. It's funny the Joe Flacco pickup because Josh, you obviously drafted him and dropped him, and then
Yeah,
I
don't
picked
worry.
him up, and then the Bengals put another quarterback in for like their starter. So I was like, oh fuck that. So I dropped Joe Flacco, and
Yeah.
then they decided Joe Flacco was gonna be the starter again. I was like, oh crap. So then I waived him for $50. So what a whirlwind Joe Flacco has been on my team.
Good.
Derrick Henry's not that consistent. I agree. Tony Pollard has not been the guy I thought he was going to be this year. That's I got Jameer Gibbs on the back end, right, for that actual starter spot. Um, same thing. I feel like for like my wide receivers and everyone, it's kind of a week to week basis, depending on who wants to pop off. It depends who wants to kind of stink. But we made it this far, and I'm gonna see how far this pony can ride. So, thanks for having me at 3.
Gotcha.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure, truly.
Now the top two, which we already mentioned the two guys that are, up at the top with you. And honestly, you can probably guess who's number one because I would hate putting Victor at number one. So Notorious Scoundrels is at number two. 6-2, somehow. I don't I don't know, man. It's an anomaly. Every time we talk about it, we say, "How is he doing it? He can't do it again." Hey, what is he? Oh, he's winning. I don't get it. I
I,
don't know.
bro, I told
But
you, I'm just fully on the just Victor is just good at fantasy football. He knows things we don't.
Victor, Victor drafts Jake Ferguson. Turns out to be the tight end one through these 8 weeks. I think Kraft just overtook him. Victor drafts Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill gets injured. Jalen Waddle has the number one spot. He drafts Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith this week, wide R1. Uh, I look at this team. I think Chuba Hubbard is on the downswing. Ramondre Stevenson's on the downswing. Rashad White has his days numbered once Bucky Irving comes back. There is a lot of weak spots, and this team super could plummet. But right now, it's hard to argue with the 6-2. Yeah,
Good team.
Yeah, he's
good
good.
team. What
I
are you
don't know
gonna
how
do?
he keeps doing it.
No,
Fun little
no. He drafted
fact.
Chuba Hubbard in the third round.
That's how he does it.
Just a reminder.
Must be
Uh,
nice knowing things.
Fun little fact, by the way. Um, I don't know if this actually would be true that he would be the most passed around player in the league, but Joe Burrow has played at some point or another for 6 of the 10 teams in this league. He has been on the roster. Not Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco has been on the roster for
I was
six
gonna
of the
say no.
10. Six of the
Right.
10 teams in this league have had Joe Flacco on their roster at some point.
Wow, go Joe.
I
Very
think we
similar
should
to the
keep it
NFL.
up, and someone should give me a crazy trade for him, and then we'll just keep passing him around. So,
I mean,
You're
this
right. Someone should specifically overpay you for Joe
someone
Flacco
should
to for
overpay
the
me
bit.
with QB1,
I'll trade you Aaron
Josh
Rodgers for
Allen
Joe
looks.
Flacco.
No, Slosh, if you want to give me Josh Allen and a first round pick for next year, I would consider getting rid of Joe
I,
Flacco.
that's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm a
Victor,
giver.
do your punishment because if you don't, you're not going to be here next year. We're taking those draft picks from you.
If you don't if you don't do your draft punishment, you give me your first round pick and I'll give you Joe Flacco.
Your punishment is you need to trade your first round pick for Joe Flacco. In a way, it's actually a gift.
You
But
know what's going to be
Right.
really embarrassing? Is when at this time next year we're like, all right, and number one in our power rankings, Victor. Despite the fact that he didn't
Victor,
have an eighth round draft pick, he still somehow managed to outdo all of us.
no keepers, no eighth round draft pick. Fuck.
It's really just going to become how much do we have to handicap Victor to prevent him from being good?
All right. Tyler, take us to number one.
Yeah. This last team, I mean, where do I even begin? This is just the most points for in the entire league, up 2 spots from last time. Our other 6-2 team, one of the best wide receiver duos with Chase and Ibuka. A trade for Patrick Mahomes, who turned out to be one of the best fantasy quarterbacks this year. Don't know where Josh really be doing math. 10 points a week. He outscores the highest other team on average, is what I'm seeing here. Is that correct, Josh?
Yeah, just by the points for on the year, he is up
He's outscoring all of us by a
that
lot.
much.
This is She Loves My McConkey,
Like,
by the way. Um, yeah, this team just has an elite wide receiver duo. If McConkey keeps it up, they're going to have an elite wide receiver trio. They got great running backs. Janty continues to get better. Harvey just had his first pop off week. Great quarterbacks with Jackson Dart and Sam Darnold, Jordan Love, and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, really could just rotate those 4 guys and play the matchups. This team's a threat. This team, it's going to be hard for anyone, I think, to stop them from winning it all.
yeah, I would say their running backs are their one weakness where they do have Ashton Jeanty, who is on, a pretty rough Raiders roster. And after that, you have guys that are in committees with the Rico Daddle, Zach Charbonnet, Isaiah Pacheco, RJ Harvey, Kyle Monangai. It's all guys that you're like, hopefully the other guy gets injured so I can have a real starting guy. But man, the quarterbacks have paid off massively. And the wide receivers, just Lad McConkey has been coming through recently. Debo Samuel has been injured but is going in well. Egbuka has come back from his injury fine. Jamar Chase is getting literally the most targets in 3 games ever. I think right now, his last 3 games with Joe Flacco, or 3 games with Joe Flacco, 2 games with Joe Flacco. I think whatever his last 3 games, he has 54 targets, I believe, over those 3 games. If you were to put that over a season, that's on pace for something like 308 targets, which that would be the most targets in a year in a season.
Yeah, he's had 3
Um,
straight weeks with double digit receptions. The last 2 weeks alone, he's had 42 targets.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
Joe
So-
Flacco,
so-
great for Jamar Chase owners.
Yeah, so with Joe Flacco over the last 2 weeks, that means he's averaging 21 targets. Let's put that, yeah, we put that over a 17-week span. That's 357 targets.
Even if you caught half of those, you would
You break
shatter.
the reception record.
You would not even break. What's the reception record? Like 120 something? It'd be like 170.
Yeah, the current reception record,
I'm gonna say it's 131
uh,
or 122.
118. Oh, you know what? The single season reception record is 149.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
He
You
caught-
would
it was
still break it with half
140
of those.
It was 149.
Way more than
Yeah,
I
in
thought,
2019.
honestly.
Damn, Slant Boy was doing crazy things, huh? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I low-key forgot.
2019 and then
he was
20 the last most was Cooper Cup, 145 in 2021.
Back when he triple
Damn.
crowned.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was sleeping. I was sleeping big time on these guys.
Yeah. Good. I was thinking of, I think, rookie receptions because Brock Bowers broke rookie receptions with like 118 last year. But
What's Jamar Chase on pace for right now?
what's
for
his
receiving
what?
yards? What's Jamar Chase's on pace for receiving yards right now?
Let's
Yards? Not
Or
sure.
something crazy. No,
I mean,
nothing
I
crazy,
think
never
he
mind.
had kind of he didn't have like a super
Yeah.
hot start to the year.
This is the thing. We need Jamar Chase. Like, he's not going to go breaking the record because he didn't have Joe Flacco originally. Now, like, we need Jamar Chase's yards over the last 2 weeks.
I mean, okay, hold up. To be fair, he has 70 receptions already on the season, and we're about halfway through.
Oh, so he could break the record.
If
He could break
Flacco keeps giving him this type of target share, I mean, it's an uphill battle, but he's gonna get pretty close probably to having a top 10 season, I would say, in terms of receptions.
Yeah, I would not be surprised
So
at all with
to
that.
break into the top 10, you need to break like 125 basically. Which seems
He can do that.
really doable at this point.
He can do that. He's Jamar
Yeah.
Chase. He can
do
always
anything.
do that, and he's perfect. Also, so
You
his
think Joe-
yardage 91. His yardage over the last 2 games was he has 252 yards in the last 2 games with Joe Flacco. So just for the record, that pacing, which is far less, is not likely. But if he were to keep this Joe Flacco pacing up for a full 17-game season, he would end with 357 targets for 4,284 yards.
That's crazy.
Josh,
Do you think Joe Flacco's
Josh,
gonna
you
have
definitely
like
need to check your math on that one.
Yeah, because that's not right.
No, wait,
Yeah,
you're
200
so
yards.
right.
It was like 125 yards a game. It should
I
be like
forgot to
2,000.
divide by 2. 2,142
200
yards.
times 18. No, times.
I multiplied it by 17. It's late.
I was gonna
Let
say,
me be.
bro is gonna have more receiving yards than like 25 quarterbacks would have passing yards.
That also probably accounts for the targets too. The targets is 178 people.
Joe Flacco's so good.
Fine amount of. Wait.
No, you were
Oh,
right
is
on
that
the
right?
targets. 20 targets.
But I was right
17
on the
games,
targets.
340.
No,
All right,
never
guys,
mind.
that's enough math.
257 targets. I'm done with the math.
Do
Andrew's
you think
good.
Joe Flacco's gonna get like a Sam Darnold type deal after the season? Like play so good, and then
No.
like Joe Burrow comes back, and then they're gonna just
I
get rid
think
of Joe
he's.
Flacco.
I think he's gonna retire. Is what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I think he's. I
You think
he's
so?
good.
Like in
You know
one
what?
or 2 more years, like an Aaron
He's having
Rodgers
fun.
Steelers type situation.
He's having fun. He's
He's
got
40.
it.
man.
He has 1 more year in him at least.
He's
All
just
right.
old, man.
That does it for the power
He's
rankings.
so good.
Well, I'm not sure if he is so good or if the Bengals are just so good because on the Browns, he was their worst quarterback in the last 2 decades.
Yeah, but it's the Browns. The Browns stink.
I'm just saying, they stunk extra with him. He legitimately, the
Oh,
worst offense ever recorded was the Browns with Deshaun Watson. Joe Flacco's Browns offense was worse by
well,
EPA or whatever.
the dude's old. You can't blame him. But he's young enough to play one more season.
But one more time.
One more
All
time.
right.
One last time.
Tyler, take us to the next segment. We've done it. The power rankings are done.
Tyler, before that, throw three segues going across the stream, and we're on the segues, and we're like waving.
Yeah.
I'll do three
Do that
segues.
Here, clip this.
with
Clip
us on
this.
them.
Clip this.
Are you ready?
You,
Ready?
you can grab this. Oh, right. At least throw us on segways.
Okay, do that. Okay, now you have something to work with.
How
There.
how easy do you think that is?
I don't know, 5 minutes?
I'm not production here. Figure it out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
I
before they can ask for anything else, welcome
want a
back
pony.
to our degenerate gambling corner, where we lose money, we win money, and we do it together. We have low key been on a tear for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. All of our bets hit from last week. We're chilling. We're winning money. And this week, shout out to Jordan. We have a very special bet. Uh, Very similar to Jordan's relationship to me and my lovely co-host. Drake May and Josh Allen also have a budding friendship with their young NFL careers. And so today's bet is called The Power of Friendship. Uh, Real simple. You're going to take the Bills money line versus the Chiefs. You're going to take the Patriots money line versus the Falcons. Those two together, plus 184. Pretty good way to win some money. But in all seriousness, I do think the Patriots are going to keep this hot streak going. I do not think that they are going to fumble the bag against the Falcons and the Bills. Bills have been having a rough last couple weeks. They really got back on track this week, really feeling themselves again. I think that they're going to use this game against the Chiefs to remind everyone in the league that they are still the second best team in the AFC to the Patriots. But what do you think, Jordan?
I like it. I don't think the Bills are losing anytime soon. We have won the best records after a bye week. The Bills are notorious since I believe 2017 to have a back-to-back loss in a season, and we always bounce back. Last game in Highmark, right, with the Chiefs, so it's gonna be a big one to win as well. I like the Patriots winning on top of it. I think the Falcons are a bunch of stinky buttholes who beat my team, so I would love to see you guys beat them as much as I would like to see the Patriots lose more. But sounds like some free money to me this week, Tyler.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Josh, what do you
Yeah.
think?
I'm on I'm on board in that case.
Power
Uh
of friendship. We
yeah.
cannot fail.
I will say this week I learned a little something about using the power of being bad at betting to help myself in betting. I'm in another league that I really needed a win. I happen to have accidentally benched Jonathan Taylor in that league because
Mm.
I'm a really good manager. Uh, and I had Roma Dunze and I had Chase Brown. And so I bet on just a little bit of money. I was like, all right, well, let's see if this works and makes my players better. So I bet on the under of Roma Dunze yards, and I bet on the under of the Jets Bengals game. And let me tell you, both of those shattered terribly wrong. And I won. And it was great. This is all to say. If you're gonna lose the bet, lose and win. That's all.
Thank you for that.
That's
This
all.
just feels like that you're trying to flex that you went in bed.
I just really, honestly, it really felt good that the thing that I thought would happen happened. I made the bet, and the only game that I bet the under on, I think, was the highest combined score of the week.
How do we
So,
feel about
yeah.
the Big Steve Ballers parlays
uh,
ending as of right now?
Devastated. I
Dude,
can't wait
it's a
for
tragedy.
Steve to get back to a state that's legalized gambling.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Which
think
I
I
don't think
forget
it'll
that
be
not all
until,
states have done that yet.
yeah, I think
No.
it'll be after Thanksgiving. We might need to hope for a copycat to come in,
One of you out
but who
there?
knows?
Of
One of you
you.
out there want to make a name for yourself? Maybe. All right. Finally, we have the pick'em.
That
Now,
time again.
I'm crawling back. I'm at 3-3.
You
Still
can
two
say you're
two
crawling.
games
I was
behind
gonna
the
say you
guest.
can say you're crawling back, but you've only made one game of progress back.
Right.
Crawling back. It's fine. I listen. You've used up your good teams. I got so many good teams in the back. We'll come around later this season. We'll be fine.
Whatever you say,
But
dude.
dude, we're gonna be so okay. Even though I lost on every bad team that I picked, it's fine. But Jordan, you get to make the pick for the guests this week. You cannot pick
Good.
the Bills, the Patriots, the Cowboys, the Broncos, the Steelers, or the Buccaneers.
Who I think is going to win this week? I
Yeah,
think.
pick a team to win.
There's some good teams this week. I'll say that a lot of
There's
times
some
I
good
get nervous,
matchups.
like I'm not sure if there's good matchups. There's a few like home run matchups this week. I think this is now. Here's the thing: is the 3 or 4 matchups I'm looking at that I'm like those are home run picks. Realistically, one of those is still gonna go the other way of how I think it's going to. So I'm interested to see who everybody ties their horse to this week.
I got a curveball who I think is going to win this week.
Oh, who's it going to be, Jordan?
Bit of a curveball. And you're gonna have to wait a full week to figure it out as well, because it's next Monday night's football game as well. Um, I think the Cardinals are gonna pull it out over the Cowboys.
That's
I love that pick. Lock it in.
all
No
right.
changing it. Put that
Fuck
down right
that.
now.
Guests are the Cardinals. Guests are picking the Cardinals.
Josh, I mean Jordan, I really respect that. That's a big
I
ball. That's a big ball move
I
right there.
respect the hell out of it.
That's a
Thank you, thank
Wow.
you. I'm feeling good about it. Especially if Kyle Murray can kind of come back. He is up in the air as of this moment. But I don't know. I'm feeling good.
Wow.
I don't know if people follow NFL memes on Instagram, but every single time the Cowboys lose, they go like, "Oh, just like checking in if you're still rocking with the boys," and they'll put like a funny person like on that as well, so it kind of builds up the whole screen at the end because fuck the Cowboys, and I want to see that continue. So,
Fair
and I
enough.
need Trey McBride to come back. So, Cardinals over Cowboys. We'll see you next Monday.
Cardinals over Cowboys.
I
All
respect
right.
that.
I've already had the Cardinals fuck me over anyway, so it's not like I was going to pick them.
Who are you
But
gonna pick, Josh?
for my team,
Because I know we're looking at the same
ah,
couple teams.
there's a definitive team that I think I should take, and then there's a team that I want to take, and no, I'll start it safe for now. I'm going with Packers over Panthers. It's the Packers over the Panthers. I need wins.
That's a safe win.
Yeah. I was looking at the Chargers, but I wasn't positive. I mean, it's Chargers over Titans, and the Titans are the Titans, but I chose
Well,
the Cardinals over the Titans a few weeks ago, and that was their one win. So,
it's a
yeah.
good pick for sure. It's a good pick. I'm gonna follow that up with another pretty safe pick here. Honestly, at this point, I'm really just challenging myself to see how long I can keep this undefeated streak going. So, give me the Rams over the Saints this week.
Yep. Good pick.
Yeah.
Safe pick.
Easy, clean. It's a good pick.
I like it. Pretty boring. Not a man of
Do I win a
people.
prize if I manage to go perfect in this pick? I'm like, we got to talk about. I don't want to jinx
Man,
it.
we haven't even
And there's
decided a prize for a
absolutely
winner.
there's 0% chance I go pick them. I still don't have a Bo Nix jersey, so
Yeah, I have another week. So,
yeah, you have to order it by next week, or you have to shotgun.
yeah. Yep. But yeah. All right. Well, that does it for this week's episode. This week's power ranking episode of the Hail Mary Happy Hour podcast, in which a whole one of us had a drink.
I had a Diet Coke.
I technically,
And
in
what-
terms of beverages, had multiple with me.
I did too.
But Jordan, thank you for being on this episode. It's always a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Thanks for having me. Stop slandering me.
Keep my name out your
Show-
goddamn
show-
mouth.
Keep
Stop
my
canceling.
name out of your goddamn mouth. There's not a slap sound. Imagine this, but on your face.
Imagine that's a bunch of slaps.
Bunch of mini
Keep my name.
slaps.
Thanks for having me. Always a blast. Long-time viewer, first-time listener. This was great.
Great. All right.
Turn off.
Yeah. As always. Well, actually, not as always. Victor, do your punishment. As the last 2 weeks, Victor, do your fucking punishment. Set your lineup. See you next week. Have a good night, guys.